What's up YouTube? Welcome to PhD in Waves. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down the wash and style method. This method was created by young Wavy, one of the OG YouTube wavers. This is honestly one of the best methods for waves because it helps lay down your hair, it can break forks, and it can improve connections. You could honestly perform this method at any stage of your hair. I've seen people do this method after they scalped, and I've also seen people with afros do this method and actually get waves. So you could honestly do this method at any stage of your hair. I personally would do this method with some kind of curls or ripples on your head so you can see the progress that you're making. Also, if your hair is a little bit too long, you're just gonna have hair, all over your face. But you can honestly do this method at any stage. The reason this method works so well is because water allows your hair to move freely compared to it being dry. And then the lather helps to lay down your hair and eliminate that frizz. So water makes your hair frizzy, but then the lather helps to lay it down. But we're gonna get more into that in the tutorial. So stay tuned for the tutorial and let's get into it.
All right, we're starting this tutorial with combing out our hair. The reason we want to comb our hair is because we're combing out any tangles or knots in your hair, and we're also lifting the hair off the scalp so we can wash the scalp better. When your hair is laid down, it's going to be a little bit harder to reach your scalp. So we're just going to comb out the hair so we can reach our scalp better. I'm combing with the grain from my crown area. It doesn't really matter if you comb with the grain or against the grain, because in the end, we are going to be combing it right back into place. So make sure you're combing everything out just to get rid of those tangles. And this is the start of the method. All right, the next step in the wash and style method is to wet your hair because we're getting ready for the scramble wash and the pre-wash. I'm using Shea Moisture Curl and Shine shampoo. So what you want to do is get some shampoo in your hand, get some lather, and really massage your scalp. This is a pre-wash. This isn't like the main wash. This is just to, get some of that excess dirt out of your scalp so we could create a better lather. So during this time, you really want to focus more on your scalp than your hair because you really want to get the dirt out of your scalp. When you're brushing your hair later in this method, you can't really reach your scalp. So during this pre-wash, you really just want to massage your scalp, get all the dirt and product out of it, and focus more on your scalp than your actual hair because we're going to get to the hair further in this method. So as you can see, I'm really just massaging my scalp and scrubbing my scalp with my fingers. All right, after you massage your scalp and you clean your scalp, you're going to rinse out the soap from the pre-wash. As you can see, I rinsed it out. I didn't get all of it out, but we're going to be adding more shampoo, so it's not the biggest deal. And after this, you want to comb your hair back into place so we could prepare it to start brushing. All right, the next step in the wash and style method is to get a really good lather, wet your hair, get a really good lather throughout your hair. You want to get a thick lather. And then you're just going to brush regularly with your pattern. Just get a brush session in while the shampoo is in your hair. As you can see, you could really tell what direction your curls are going in. And that's the great thing about the wash and style method. The shampoo really reveals your angles, and you could really use this time to break forks, improve connections, and really focus on your pattern. Be sure to, brush out from your crown. Don't neglect your crown. And just, brush regularly. Do this for about 10 to 15 minutes or longer. The longer, the better. So yeah, I'm just getting a nice brush session in. I got my mirror, and make sure to brush every section evenly. And if the lather dries out, just add more shampoo, because you really want to focus on having the lather. The lather is what's going to keep your hair in place. It's going to hold your hair down. All right, the next step in the wash and style method after brushing your hair into place is you want to lay down all your hair frizz with that thick lather. You want to create a very, very thick lather in order to lay down any frizz. This is probably the most important step of the wash and style method, because if your hair is out of place or if your hair is frizzing up, it's really going to mess up the way your pattern looks. So you really want to focus on making sure every part of your hair is laid down. Because once you put that durag on, if your hair is out of place in any way, your hair is going to be locked into that position. And once your hair dries, your hair is going to be dried in that position, and it's going to be like that. So you want to make sure that your hair is in place, and you want to make sure that everything is laid down, including your crown. So right here, I'm getting a pretty thick lather. I could have a little bit more lather, but that's okay. I'm just making sure everything is laid down, because once I put that durag on, I want everything to be secured. All right, here's another important step of the wash and style method. While the shampoo is still in your hair, while the lather is still in your hair, you want to put on your durag. You have to be very careful how you put your durag on, because you want to have your hair stay in place. If your hair is out of place in any way, a durag is really just going to mess up your pattern. So you want to make sure your waves are in place. You want to put on your durag very carefully, because you want to have you want to keep your hair in the same place basically. So right here, I'm putting on my durag pretty carefully. Obviously, I laid everything down with my hands with the lather. The lather really does a good job of laying down any frizz, and you just want to put on your durag very securely, because once you wash out the shampoo, you don't want the durag moving. You don't want your hair moving at all. So this part is very important. Some people put on another stocking cap to add more compression. I did not do that this time, but you can use a stocking cap to add more compression, and that will definitely help your hair lay down more while you're washing it out. But definitely pay extra attention to this step, because you do not want to mess up your waves in any way. Next step in the wash and style method is to wash the shampoo out while you have your durag on under the sink or in the shower. When you're doing this, don't rub or scratch. Just pat and squeeze the shampoo out by pressing. All right, right here, I'm just patting my durag dry to speed up the drying process. Just squeezing out any water. I finished washing out all the shampoo, and now I'm just gonna, just let it dry. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna let it dry. And once it's dry, I'll take off my durag. All right, so I just got out of the shower. I washed all the shampoo out of my hair, but my hair is still wet. So you want to keep your durag on until your hair is completely dry. Since there's still water in your hair, if you take off your durag, your hair is going to frizz up, and it's going to defeat the purpose of doing that whole method. So I'm going to let my hair dry before I take the durag off. It's going to take around, 3 to 4 hours, depending on your hair texture and how long your hair is. Sometimes your hair could dry faster, but I'm going to wait for my hair to completely dry, and I'm going to show you the results of the wash and style method. So see you guys soon. All right, so right here, my hair is completely dry. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off both of the Durags. I put on an extra Durag for some extra compression. And once both Durags are off, your hair is gonna be dry because you use shampoo. So you wanna add some moisturizer and you wanna do a quick brush session. So right here, you see my hair, it's kind of dry. So I put some moisturizer in and I'm just going to do a 10-minute brush session and put a Durag back on. And then after you do that, you're going to see the final results of the wash and style method. All right, these are the final results of the wash and style method. After the wash and style method, I took off my Durag, as you guys saw. I put some product in my hair. Then I did a quick brush session, and then I put a Durag back on. So these are the final results. Let's see. All right, these are the final results of the wash and style method. As you can see, my hair is fully laid down. I still have a lot of work to do. I still have a lot of forks. I have some weak sides. But yeah, man, it's a journey. Waving is definitely a journey. Definitely a lot of dedication. I'm definitely going to work on breaking these forks. If you want to, stay along the journey, make sure to like and subscribe. And you're going to see the process of me breaking these forks and perfecting my pattern. So yeah, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.